Hi folks, welcome to another video. Today's one was supposed to be about our trip to the NEC, which we did on Friday. Unfortunately, I don't know what went wrong, but when I put the SD card into the computer to transfer the files, something went wrong and it corrupted the disc. So we lost everything that we did on the Friday up at the NEC. So we've had a quick think and we decided that for this video we would show you what we've used so far to do our video logs with. The camera I'm using at the moment is a Lumix ZT40. It's a little point and shoot and it's perfectly adequate, as you can see, for doing inside video. However, if you take it outside, it's not a lot of good at all because the wind distortion and the noise tends to sort of overshadow everything. The first video that we put up, which was us introducing ourselves, was filmed on this camera. The second video we did, which was showing you round the caravan when we first went to look at it, was actually shot on Lynn's Samsung. It's a Samsung S7, nothing special about it. And as you can see, the quality wasn't too bad. But again, you're looking that if you're using something inside, fine. Once you get out and there's a bit of wind noise, the audio doesn't necessarily hold up. So Lynn, being Lynn, did a lot of research online and looking at cameras. Now, I've been a photographer for many years, but normally still photography. I've actually got a Sony, digital single lens reflex camera. It does not do video, but it is quite a heavy camera. Unfortunately, because of Lynn's stroke and the weakness in her right arm, she can't hold anything too heavy. So she spent a lot of time looking online for cameras that were lightweight. What I would advise if you're thinking of buying a camera, unless it's going to be something simple like a point and shoot, go to a proper camera shop. We were advised to do it by friends of ours who do photography, and they said that they went to a camera shop in a nearby town to us. It was Camera World in Chelmsford, and they said they were very, very helpful. So we thought, okay, we've looked online, we found a couple of cameras that we think would be suitable. The first one was the Canon M5, which is quite a small camera, a lightweight one, and the other one was a Lumix G7. So we went to the shop, spoke to the guy behind the counter and said, that we were interested in these two cameras because of the lightness, explained the problems, explained what we wanted to do with it. And the first thing he said is, yeah, fine, I'll show you both those cameras, but I think I've got a better one for you. So he showed us both the cameras. The G7, it wasn't a bad camera. It didn't have all the aspects of the M5 Canon, but the M5 Canon, when Lynn held it, it didn't feel like it was balanced properly. She was finding it very difficult to hold it steady. He then said, have you thought of a Lumix GX8? Now, I'd seen these online and they were quite expensive cameras, and said to him, I think they're a bit out of our price range. He said, I've just had one come in that looks as though it's brand new, but it's second hand. Would you like to see it? So we said yes, and even though Lynn wasn't too happy with the Lumix, because already having one, She didn't know whether she could get on with it because she said they tend to be a little bit complicated. She fell in love with it basically. It was perfectly balanced when she put it on a small tripod and held it. It does everything we wanted plus a lot more. Whereas the G7 only has stabilisation in the lens, the GX8 has got stabilisation in the body and the lens. So it doesn't matter how much you shake it about. Unfortunately, because of the footage that we lost, we were actually bumping Lynn's wheelchair across the cobblestones outside the NEC to sort of show how good a picture it was. So let's have a look at it. Oh, so as I say, it's not a new one, it's a second-hand one, but it come as you're looking at it now. We bought 2 spare batteries with it, so plenty of recording time. It's got some software and that's still all wrapped up. It's got the strap, which has never been out of its packet. You've got the camera body. That down there for a second. You've got the lens, so it's got a detachable lens, so you can put other lenses on if you need to. And then the battery charger. Let's just get rid of the box out of the way. Okay, so the camera is very light. I think it weighs somewhere around about 480 grams with the lens on and the battery in. Very simple to fit the lens. Take the cap off. Red dot on the lens, red dot on there. Just line the two up. Twist and it locks into place. The lens also comes with a sun shield. And what we also purchased was a UV filter to go on the front. This is a 14 to 140 lens, so it's got quite a good range on it. Retail price of the lens new is somewhere in the region of about £500. The filter was about £45. So no brainer really, put the filter on. If it gets scratched, it's £45 for a new filter. If the lens gets scratched, it's a lot of money. At the back, it's got a nice screen which comes out, and that screen rotates so that if you're recording yourself, you can see what's actually being recorded. Whereas the camera I'm on at the moment, I can't see what's being recorded, so it needs Lynn behind the camera to make sure everything's lined up, or if Lynn's doing the recording, it needs me there to line it up. Now, what we were looking for in the camera that we went to buy was the fact that it had an external mic, and we also bought a mic with it, and this is a Rode mic. Oh, I can get this off. So that's the mic. It's got a hot shoe attachment so it fits on top of the camera. The lead just plugs into the side. It also has a windsock on it, and that windsock definitely cuts out an awful lot of the wind noise, so you still get a nice crisp audio along with your video. Now, this particular camera will record in 4K, and looking at a lot of things online with the way people are blogging nowadays is that they record in 4K and then bring it down to 1080 to put it onto YouTube, which is supposed to give you a better, crisper picture. We haven't actually tried it yet, so we don't know, and maybe when we get round to doing that we'll come back and let you know what the results are, and perhaps put a bit up that's in just 1080 and a bit up that was taken in 4K and reduced to 1080, so that you can see if there's any difference. Because of Lynn's problems, we also bought a few other bits and pieces. Selfie stick. Now this was bought off of eBay and cost about £10–11. It's quite a robust one. It comes with a attachment so that it will hold a mobile phone, but it also screws into the bottom of the camera. So that the camera can be held out in front of you. It's extendable and it does go out quite a long way. I'm not going to extend it completely because it'll most probably go out of shot. What I also like about this one was that if you look at this end, it has got a screw in it, and you can take a small tripod, screw into the bottom, it then becomes a monopod. So again, you know, when we buy stuff we look at, hopefully it's going to have more than one use. Lynn also tends to use this small tripod and screws it into the bottom of the camera, and then it's quite a nice, and as I say, it has got a bit of a, you can adjust it a bit as you can see, so Lynn can hold it out in front of her and again talk to the camera, and it's quite nicely balanced. Another bit we've bought to go with the camera is this. No, it's not an ancient torture product, it's actually an 11-inch extension arm with a clamp on it. As you can see, it clamps up quite tight, and what we use this for is that this will go on Lynn's arm of Lynn's wheelchair with the camera mounted at the front here, and again Lynn can sort of talk to the camera without having to actually hold it. So that's some of the bits and pieces we've got for when we do our vlogging. Hope you found it interesting. I'm not sure how long this video is at the moment, but I did do some tests with and without the mic to show the difference. If this is getting on a bit, I'll put that up in the next video. If not, I might tack it on to the end of this one. But keep smiling, and yeah, if you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you like it to keep following our antics. We're due to go away in the caravan soon for the first time to try it out, and hopefully we'll be able to take you along with that and show you the fun and games, especially trying to put the awning up for the first time. Even though it's an air awning, it still looks like it's not going to be that easy. So, bye for now.